Welcome to 303 Car Care, I'm Bob 𝑭𝑶𝑳𝑳𝑇. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode. What we're driving and detailing today is not here. That's because we have a unique opportunity to bring a car back to life that sat untouched in a garage for more than 4 decades. We're going to head out to the Chicago suburbs and pick up a piece of iconic American muscle. A 1968 Pontiac Firebird Sprint, making it very unique with its overhead cam, straight 6 design that costs more than the V8 option of the same year. The Firebird slots right in with the Camaros and Mustangs of the late 60s, a compact, aggressive muscle car with multiple engine options for people looking for performance or simply a sporty daily driver. At the time, Car and Driver magazine called it, quote, almost in a class of its own. The one we're picking up is repainted red with a black vinyl interior. Originally, it was Coronado Gold. It hasn't been moved in 42 years, and there's a special story behind it. More on that later, but for now, let's get this thing to the 303 garage. We've got our work cut out for us on this one. To break down the plan of attack, I'm joined now by 303 brand manager, DJ. DJ, this thing's in pretty rough shape.
Yeah.
Where do we even start?
So since it's sat so long, got a lot of rat's nests on the inside, some parts sitting in there. We're gonna pull that all out, give it a deep clean, use our steam cleaner, some of our interior cleaner. Once we get that all dialed in, we're gonna move to the outside, give it an exterior wash, clean up the vinyl top. We're gonna give that a coat of Protectant, then we're gonna polish the paint, give it a coat of Graphene. I think we're gonna get some really good before-afters from this.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is it sat in a garage. It wasn't sitting outside. I think it should clean up pretty good.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's dive in.
So in there, we're gonna be using our interior cleaner to clean any dirt and debris off the surface first. Then we're gonna be using the steam cleaner that's gonna deep clean and help disinfect the surface with the heat. So now that we clean the inside of it, we're going to be protecting it with our 303 Automotive Protectant. One of the different ways that we're going to be applying it today is spraying it directly onto the surface and letting it soak in. Because it's an older vehicle and it's been sitting a long time, a lot of the plastic and vinyl is faded or dry. We want to let this soak in, condition the surface. It'll help restore it, give it that luster, and then we'll wipe it off. It'll leave it protected with a nice natural black finish. Now that we're done with the inside, we're moving to the outside. First, we're gonna give it a good wash, clay the surface, remove any contaminants. Then we're gonna polish it and protect the exterior paint with our Graphene Nano spray coating. We're gonna clean up the vinyl top and use our Protectant and keep it looking like new. We talked about claying the paint earlier. Before we wash the car with a foam cannon, we're going to chemically decontaminate or chemically clay the paint with our 303 wheel cleaner. We're doing this in addition to mechanically claying it later with our clay mitt. Just because the car sat for so long, we wanted to make sure we got all those contaminants off the surface before we polish the car. So now we're going to clean under the hood, and to do that we're going to be using our wheel and tire cleaner. It's a heavier duty cleaner that's safe for a lot of surfaces like plastic, rubber, metal. When you're cleaning, you just want to make sure you avoid any electrical connections or the carburetor or anything else that could get damaged by water. Now that we're done washing the car, we're going to use our tonneau cover and convertible top cleaner. This will just make sure that the vinyl top is prepped and ready for the protectant we're going to use later. Next, we're going to be correcting the paint. First, we're going to hit it with a compound. Bob's going to do that, and then we're going to take a look and see how he did. So, as you can see, the paint is looking pretty great. A rotary and compound is a great way to get a lot of cutting fast. After that, we're going to follow it up with a DA and polish. That's going to make the paint pop even more. So now that we've corrected the paint, we're going to be protecting it with our Graphene Nano spray coating. Anytime you do paint correction, you always want to follow it up with some sort of protection. Our Graphene Nano spray coating is great, easy to use, gives you a year of protection. You apply it just like a paste wax in a crosshatch pattern, let it haze up for 5 to 10 minutes until it gets white and starts sweating, and then buff off. While the Graphene Nano spray coating hazes, we're going to be treating the tires with Protectant. These are going to be replaced eventually, but this will help them look better in the meantime.
Up the work in the garage. It took us a good 11 hours to get this Firebird looking presentable again. DJ, any final thoughts?
Well, as you can see, the car looks great. The goal with this wasn't perfection. There's still some imperfections in the paint. The vinyl top really restored pretty well with the Protectant. The interior, once we got it cleaned up, used some Protectant interior cleaner on the inside. It looked great, and then that single stage paint really polished out well.
Yeah, looks great. Now it's time to meet the car's new owner and find out why this piece of American history also carries some emotional weight to go with its 220 horsepower. We're joined now by the car's owner, John. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
All right, so last time we saw the car, we had to push it into a garage. We detailed it, cleaned it up all nice. Over the winter, you had to get it running. What all did you have to do?
Well, spent the last 5 months going through the fuel system from the tail all the way to the carburetor. All the brake system's been rebuilt from the cylinders all the way to pads, lines, master, as well as the cooling system. when I first tried to get it on the road, after all that work was done, the clutch was gone. So I had to bring it in, have the clutch replaced. About a week and a half later, got the car back, got it on the road.
All right, well, how about we go take it for a little spin?
Sounds like winter.
Before we talk about the car itself, how about you give a little bit of a background on who had it prior and how you got it?
Absolutely. Well, the car came from one of my best friends, childhood best friends. He bought the car back in 1981 as his first car. The car ended up being parked in 1982 as he went off to college at the University of Illinois. At that point, didn't know why he parked it, but he lost interest in the car for a while, and the car just sat since 1982 in his parents' garage. Unfortunately, in August of last year, he had passed away, and his parents had given me the car. They bestowed it upon me to get the car back up on the road again as a tribute to Tom.
So prior to him parking it, did you guys get to enjoy the car at all together?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We used to take it out. I didn't have a nice car at that point, so we used to use his car all the time. We had always talked about, upon retirement, to redo the car, to get it back on the road.
Well, it's back on the road.
It is. Unfortunately, he's not here to see it. After his parents had given me the car, I promised both of them that I would get the car on the road within about 6-8 months, and I would go pick them up and take them out. Unfortunately, his dad didn't make it. He passed away 8 weeks after his son passed. But next weekend, I'm taking his mom out in the car for the first time since 1982.
That should be a really cool experience.
Absolutely.
So how long were you guys friends then?
47 years. We lived together after college and just had a lot of fun over the years.
You mentioned earlier you did a couple things over the winter just to get it in running, driving condition. What all kind of did you have to go through? Did you find anything that you weren't really expecting to have to replace, or did everything you kind of expected was what you had to play with?
Well, since the car's sitting so long, the thing that really surprised me the most was the car still had about a half a tank of gasoline in it.
Storage stable.
Yeah, storage stable. So, the fortunate part was, I had to replace the gas tank, fuel sending unit, and everything, fuel pump, all the lines. But the one thing I didn't have to touch, which was interesting, was the carburetor. It's got a Rochester Quadrajet sitting on top, so it's all original since back then. I bought the rebuild kit just in case to boil it out, but then after that, went into the, noticed that it was leaking antifreeze. So I had to put a new water pump on it, radiator, and all new hoses, which was not a big surprise. And then having to rebuild the entire brake system, from the cylinders all the way up to the master. And the car came originally with drum brakes, and I still have drum all around. So I didn't make any modifications to the car. It's pretty much all original. Another issue that came with the car was the clutch. After I got everything ready to go, I ended up trying to get it out of the garage, and yeah, the clutch would never engage. Come to find out, the clutch was bad, so I had that replaced.
Well, at least it happened in the driveway.
Absolutely. The other issue with the car is electrical. I think that's the main reason why he stopped driving it, was because of all the electrical issues. I've solved for about 80% of them so far. Still have some things to clean up, but all in all, it's in pretty good shape.
So you said the car was sitting since the 80s, so it was sitting
42 years. Yeah, 42 years it sat, untouched. So they're very sweet people. It's been a good car, man. I'm looking forward to it. The car will stay within my family. My boys are both car guys. One of my boys is going to get this car eventually when I'm done with it.
We learned that the car was originally gold.
Yeah.
Was it painted gold when you first saw it, or was it already red?
No, so when Tom purchased the car, he bought it at auction. It was just like this, red with the black vinyl top on it. So it's the same type of shape it was, outside of all the paint correction that had to be done, since it's sitting so long, oxidization. It's pretty much how you saw it.
Yeah, really, the paint came back to life. Pretty good for sitting for that long.
It absolutely did. I was amazed. When after you guys got done detailing the car, it looked gorgeous.
So you have this, and you have another muscle car at home.
Yes.
Have you had any other fun cars that
Do you remember? Or?
Well, I've got still have a 69 Mustang that I've owned since the early 80s, all original. That is a car I've been playing around with for quite a few years. That's all I have right now. I just got rid of a Jaguar XJR supercharged sedan, which was a lot of fun. But the Mustang and this car will always be part of my collection. My goal is to keep his legacy moving forward with this vehicle. Always being part of it every time I take out for a ride, remembering my friend.
We want to thank John for taking us for a spin in the Firebird, plus sharing his awesome story about the car. All the products that you saw us use on today's episode are available at all major automotive retailers, as well as Amazon. If you liked the episode, make sure to give us a like, plus smash that subscribe button. Until next time, see you on 303 Car Care.